You're live from Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. Now, the Māoris it was named Aotearoa. They're found in their genetics are back to the Asian race, but there's actually two lots of Māoris here. Oh well, they probably weren't Māoris at first because they used to keep warring between one another. So these wars would have happened all through our history, and that it was happening between Māoris over here. But the first ones were called actually Morioris. They were here before the Maoris, Māoris, and not much is said about them. Okay, some say they were red and like half caste, and they say the Māoris killed them and ate them, and then some of them ran away to another island. Probably like how I found things about myself and that. Things along the way. You know, you just immortality. Because some of them even went into the trees. So they've got a mythical story of that. Hi. If you're on my channel, I come across a few things yesterday, and something happened then with the feed. This is the way it is. Well, where were we? Hi. It's about all what's going on in this world and this and that. On my walkabout, it's okay, it's true about this alien war and this and that of the reptilians. Now, don't go out and go killing all blonde-headed and blue-eyed people, because I've got a lot of love there, and so maybe you and me and everybody else. I've met the Greys along my ways. I've met people who are from like the future. Okay, the Greys were once us. Okay, after the One World Order took over and everything like that, they became the Greys. Okay, now the One World Order taking over. How was your cleansing? I haven't gone away yet, but I've got my children, my two boys, for school holidays. I live. If you've seen one of my videos, I live out in the bush. I'm going back out there for 6 months, and I won't be online anymore. I was watching Rex on Link Project yesterday, and this guy was on there. His name was Matt Blair, and he was talking about heaps of people are following him. He's a bit of one of these young guru sort of guys and all that, and he was, well, their heading was, he met Thor. Okay, as I've told you people on my videos, I've met 3 gods along my way. Thor wasn't one of them, so I've met good ones. As I can say that, okay, it might be still in all a mystery, but I can see their things were hiding the truth. Okay, and if you watch that of Max Belair, and okay, he was saying about when he met Thor in his meditation, the girl went in with the meditation and with them, and then they were in another world. And then Thor came along and he put the pen up against her pineal gland. Now, what that was, he was putting the knowledge in there because women carry the secret. Now, what this whole Bible about and everything like this, and on this plane, and the transgender, and the way the greys are now, they don't have sex and this and that, you know, how I said they are actually us, the one world government, blah blah blah, with all the technology, AI is kicked in, this and that. This is years ahead. It's even like really out there, and so we're even the elite lose in the end because they got sucked into it. Now, so what I'm seeing, these two different sides of the picture. On people are blinded that they even think what they're doing is right. Religion is one of the things that have really caught people out. You got to look at it. The Babel, Tower of Babel, everybody got divided up. Language got all split up. So of course you're going to come. They even worshipping the wrong gods. And I made a little diagram of what Thor was going on about. It told me to rotate. Now, I have the most hardest times to put. I've had my really good videos that have been taken away before. I went to go live. My other phone won't come on. That's why I carry around two now, because I've come across Anonymous. I've told them to hack me, and these other hackers to hack me, because I'm getting hacked all the time. I have this thing, I turn on my phone, I have two circles going around, so the other one's linked up all the time. There was before my operation, I had three of them, so one of them might have been a good one in there. Now they got put out of the picture after the operation of just the way things worked, and taking on the name the Antichrist and everything like that. What I've learned, I'm beating them to the cause. Okay, I'm beating them before they do the moment, because their one's going to be a lie. I seen this clip the other day, and okay, I've met not met because it's so beautiful. Okay, you can't actually meet the Holy Spirit, like sit down and have a conversation. You can, you do, but you wouldn't know it at the time, because then the Holy Spirit would be in somebody. Okay, this is how the power of the greatness works. It would be inside somebody, and they might even metamorphose and change into somebody else. So it'll even go further picture. Now, one of these gods along the ways who like, because I've worked it all out, the Holy Spirit would have jumped inside this person at first, who I knew from 20 years ago and then seen him again, and then he metamorphosed to somebody else. Now, what I didn't explain about in our conversation, when you are living in the now, it took me 3 years to get over three-lettered word, WHY. Freaking go nuts if you keep asking yourself it. Okay, I'm helping people by saying this, because it'll help you to go further and to realize you are the truth. Everything what Jesus said in the red writing in the book, but books have changed. I can't find any books anymore. So things get changed. And you know, that's why I have it hard to understand how people. But it proves all the truth of it, of how people have been. You understand those red writing, and one of his things is love yourself. Now in religion, It's not like that. In the churches, it's not like that. You got to love, okay, they call him God. They're God, and well, that's just a word. DOD. Turn it the other way. What does it spell? Dog. Okay, I'm pretty sure they've put it that reason, and they call dog that reason because dog, before religion was made, was man's best friend. Okay, if anybody's had a dog out there and realised that you do have a love connection with dog, like what I've had a dog before, and tears are coming from my eyes so much, just like a child leaving you or something like that, or something traumatic. The connections there, and you find this inner thing. What is alive in you is alive in dog, and you're one, and then you cuddle the tree and you find the other connection, and then the animals and this and that and other things what pop up, and then you find it's just all. And after seeing the Holy Spirit, how the Holy Spirit looks like a miniature cloud, of floating atoms and molecules. I'll say it in the scientific way, atoms and molecules, where I've come across people and they go, you can't see atoms. The Holy Spirit is just like a cloud like that. But what I've discovered too, because everything's a trick, and they're building up this big lie. There was this one in Arab land, on a video on YouTube, and you're seeing this thing floating around in the sky, real big, a big white like cloud, and then it started falling apart. It must have been they were experimenting with it, and then because there's all this 5G and all that happening, and then it fell down, and then these Arabs up next to it, and they're putting their hand in it, and then it's all coming apart, and I couldn't understand their language because they were speaking their language, and they might be clicking onto that. That's why there must be a war going so much over there. That they must be clicking on to the powers to be, are using this sort of technology to create this false world of what people have got to believe about religion. Saying all these things, and so I can see this falseness coming, because I describe of there's a war happening right now, and it's the Greys are involved, but they've been tricked because they are actually us, but they don't know this yet, as in they've seen the great war on the earth, and one of them is when the blue eyes fight the brown eyes, because this other thing, it's the way they're going to destroy all the people. Now 5G's kicked in, or the towers all up, and that's the mind control. UFOs have been spotted everywhere lately. True. Now this is the way I work. This is what sounds so mysterious and this and that, but along my journey, way at the beginning, I come across this little book, and it was all about mysteries, and I'd open up a page and different, and then I'd pass it to somebody, and they would read whatever page was for them, and one of them was like, you'll never work out the mysteries. It's greater than life you can even imagine or dream about. And this is to help about the WHY too. So now, when you said about the war, then of UFOs being spotted. You hear Trump say he's going to start up a space wars. Now, there's been a secret alien connection UFO thing happening inside like America. Well, they called it the, I don't know if it's the Black Project thing, and it's so hushed up that even the people in the White House don't even know what's going on. Now, I found out that it's not actually the army, it's not actually the Air Force, like how Trump's calling it now. Oh, we got the Air Force, now I'm going to start up the space wars. Now, it's actually the Navy, because that's what people haven't clicked onto. But when I found out, oh, it's a Navy, they know. Because I've walked to heaven on earth, I know of another heaven. And I could have went there once, but it's I was diving in this lake, okay? That other one is inside the sea. It's inside the sea. There's been this diver come across it before. He went diving underneath the sea, and he seen how the water was running against this rock underneath the sea like a beach. And it's like there's only just like one little clip of it, but I think they might have shut that down because the mystery, what he had found, is the hidden secret mystery of where heaven is, the real heaven. Okay, of with inside it's inside the sea. Yeah, so when I found out of UFOs and this and that, and the way they portray it of outer space and this and that, so much of that's false, as in the way that they think things are millions of miles away and all this and that. You'll be finding that things are getting closer and closer, that science, they've just created this to astrology, the way that they the real, you know, and technology and books and in schools and all, everybody's taught about the round globe and the spinning ball and running at 1,000 miles an hour as a flat plane. Now seeing the text of your mind, what are you so plain? This is a globe, it's spinning, this and that. So there's this other world, the Matrix, because I've died before, and how the Matrix works and how I've found how that works, because that's how I found I'm immortal. That it's like a TV screen, okay? Just look at how a TV screen works, and you've got a backing. You can't, like those old projector things, and you've got to put this projector thing for backing for that film to roll over there and to come and hit this backing of a wall here. Now, that's where they created the soul. Okay, there's two terminologies of soul, but the Matrix created it as that's your backing now. Your face is what they project onto it. Okay? So when I look down, I'm just looking at a black shadow on the ground. That's not me. It's got no, it doesn't even look anything like me. So you see how that world is, it's created for a machine. But what I've found is I'm trying to get this balance right, because we don't always have to destroy things, okay? If we can win with love, being together, we're all equal, no matter what creed you are, colour, this, that'd be the way to stop this war from people to all unite. On my end, it keeps going off, so I'm gonna try, because I have my other phone, what I normally always use, and I can't get online with it. I used to be able to take videos on it, but it works because there's one was always hacking me, and that won't work, and it just keeps shutting down. So woman with man. Okay, I'll just go straight to that of man and woman were divided from what Thor done to her. And if you can see that one on Rex, okay, that guy's he knows but the Thor isn't the true Sabine, eh? But he put it into a woman. Now the last pyramids in Egyptian time, one of them was a female. The last god of what they all thinked with was actually a female, and so he must have passed on that to trick man at the end, because so much of all this religion is to destroy man. And if you can see how even in society, women and men are just like clash. It's like arguments have started just from two people drawing one another's energy. But she's always in control, and she's got the secret to be able to tell the world all about this. One has to, as a female, has to stand up to bring that truth out. I can only bring out the truth of man, as I am man. Okay, love you all, and any woman out there seeking the truth and this and that, or have the truth, not seeking the truth, are the truth. If there's a woman out there who says, I am